Hey guys, it's Lamix, and today we're gonna be looking at how to heal like a pro, especially in speedruns. Now what I mean by speedruns is when you make an ult and you'll just spam dungeons constantly, but you're trying to complete the dungeons as fast as possible to get the most XP so you can level as fast as you can. So starting off, let's quickly look at the gear. Now the gear doesn't really matter because it's what you do. It's not really what you have. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, I've got like all the BOA gear except the rings, because you don't even need it. You don't need anything. I'm a leather wearer, but I'm wearing a cloth helmet, a cloth chest, a cloth legs and stuff, because it doesn't really matter. I just want the XP gains, and I want the intellect and stamina and whatever the hell. Basically just the intellect and the experience gains. So, and I also get elemental force on my weapon even as a healer to sneak in more DPS and to get the runs done faster, but I'll touch on that in just a sec. We will quickly look at the talents. So always get the talents that are going to help you keep up with the tank and that are going to help you do instant healing, because you need instant healing for all the damage the tank is going to be taking, because the tank is going to think he's Rambo and he's going to pull like freaking 2 packs of mobs at once, or just a really big pack, and he's going to take a lot of sudden damage. Yeah, and maybe take something to do some side split DPS depending on your class and your spec. So elemental force, if you take a look at it, pre-Legion it was like the best, or what I knew to be the best enchant you could use as a DPS tank or healer. It does like a little burst of damage every now and then, which will just help the DPS and get the dungeons done faster, which is the aim, so you can level faster. Alright guys, so we're into the dungeon. We're just going to try to keep up with the tank. We're just going to try and match his speed. He uses his little horsey thingy, so I'm going to use my dashy thingy. He pulled quite a few things, so if the tank has pulled this much crap, you have to spam your fast heals and your instant cast heals. If you use your healing touch or holy light or whatever, he's going to die. He or she, whatever, they're going to die, because it's going to take too long. They're going to take too much damage. So I'm just spamming the crap out of my fast healer, which is regrowth, and using swift mends, which is my instant cast thing whenever it comes up, which I talented for, because it's just good to take instant cast heals in these speedruns, because the tank usually takes on a lot of things at once, because you're trying to get things done fast. I'm trying to sneak in some DPS whenever I can as a healer, and we have elemental force as well to help with that, just to get the run going as fast as possible. Now usually I'll say don't loot anything so you can keep going as fast as possible, but the tank is looting here, so you can loot when he does, because you can't progress without the tank, so you've got nothing else to do. The tank uses his little horsey again, so I'm going to use my gap closer, which we talented for. And yeah, so now we're like keeping up with him. I don't think the DPS in this group brought any kind of like speed thing, so they can't even keep up with the tank. So, but that's okay, because the tank and the healer are usually the ones that set the whole pace of the dungeon, because the DPS in these speed runs, in these low level dungeons, they're like the icing on the cake. You don't even need them to finish the dungeon. The tank's DPS alone can solo the whole thing, but that's going to take ages, so you need the DPS. So right here, the tank doesn't see that there's like a rare spawn bat attacking a DPS. If you're the tank, I know this is a healing video, but whatever, I'm gonna talk about what the tank is doing right now, because it's annoying. Yeah, if you're the tank, you pick up everything that you can, because it's easier for the healer to just heal one target than to heal more than one target, because sometimes when you use like a big heal to heal a DPS that's dying, in that small amount of time your tank will die and you won't have that big heal for him. So yeah, that's why it's important. Now I mentioned just earlier that you shouldn't loot in these speed runs. That's because, especially in these low levels, the loot is worth nothing. Like, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get some cloth or whatever, some greys, and you get some like greens that sell for like 1 gold and stuff. When there's even a roll at the very early levels, I'll just pass on the thing unless I need it, or unless it's like a nice transmog piece. And you'll also see me like break things from my inventory because I don't even want to vendor it. I don't want my bags to be full to go to the vendor, just to like sneak in every little edge possible to go faster. So you might be sitting there thinking, hey Lamix, then when can I loot? Can I ever loot? Well, my friends, Jessica, James, all of you in the audience, that's a very excellent question. Now, what I will respond with is, so like before we saw the tank, if the tank is slow, you can loot, because he's the one setting the pace to go forward, because he's going to tank everything. So if he's slow, you can tank, you can loot. And if he loots, you can loot, because he just wasted time, you can get the loot as well. You can also loot if there's like NPCs talking and stuff, and you've got to wait. Also, if you're like waiting for some kind of door or some crap to open, like when there's uncontrollable downtime, then you can loot. Another time you can loot and you should loot is if the trash mobs or the bosses or whatever drop loot that you need for a quest. So obviously in those cases you would loot. And also if there's just things in the dungeon that you need to collect, like mushrooms or flowers or some freaking unicorn horn kind of thing going on, then yeah, loot it. And the main reason we don't loot is because it just slows everyone down. All that going down to the ground to freaking grab the loot just slows everyone down. So that's the main reason in the first place. But if those conditions happen, situations, then you can loot. So that's good news for all the looting community. So here, the tank, he goes to a bunch of mobs, but he doesn't aggro them. So he just goes ahead, I do 1 heal, and then they all come for me by Shadow Meld. And see that there? See those 3 DPS? None of them, I don't think any of them brought some kind of speed up move, or they're just not using it. So they're not keeping up, and that it's not like I'm not like having a go at any of these players here, but I'm just using them as an example to illustrate the importance of bringing your little speed up gap closer thingy talent, so you can keep up with the tank, and then you can go as fast as possible. Alright, so now we're entering this room, and the tank pulls like everything, but it doesn't go too well. As you can see, he's like taking a lot of damage, so again, you've got to use your instant cast heals and your very fast heals. So I use this vortex thing which slows these guys down and pulls them back, just to give the tank a bit of a breather, just so I can get more heals on him. But then he goes and grabs more, I think, and then he just takes way too much damage. I'm spamming non-stop and I can't keep him up. It's like, sure, like looking back on it, I did use like 1 spell on someone else, but still, like, give me a break. Come on, that's like too much to heal. Alright, so now we're at the last boss. And boss fights are just really good times where the tank doesn't take much damage and you can fit in so much DPS. So you're going to see me put bleeds and dots and do some abilities and just do like lots of damage and stuff. Yeah, just really helps with the speed of the run, and yeah, you can just take down the bosses easily. You just put some hots or whatever you have, shields on the tank, you won't take much damage, and then yeah, go for it. So that's it guys, go out there and heal somebody's day. Just go and heal somebody's day. I hope you guys took something away from this video. Look forward to more videos coming up soon. I'll see you guys next time.